Live from WTOC, the Southeast news leader. The News Now starts on WTOC Plus.
Welcome to The News on WTOC Plus. I'm digital anchor Jude Binkley. We start with the story that we've been following since last night. The man who escaped Chatham County Police custody has been captured. We learned that just about an hour ago after an announcement from the Chatham County Police Department. Here's a picture that the Chatham County Sheriff's Office just shared of Robert Butker shortly after his capture. This all happened after Butker got away from a patrol car while still in custody last night. CCPD says it all happened around 7:15 when a Chatham County Police Department officer was taking Butker to the Chatham County Detention Center when Butker sprayed a chemical substance at the officer. Police say that chemical irritant caused the officer to cough uncontrollably while his eyes and nose watered severely. The officer put his patrol car into park, and the automatic door actuator unlocked all of the car's doors. Police say Butker opened the back door and ran away while still handcuffed behind his back. Now, that search lasted through the night and ended this afternoon just a little over an hour ago. Once again, Butker is now in custody. CCPD says he was found just about a quarter mile away from where he initially escaped off of Chatham Parkway. Staying on the crime watch, CCPD says 2 men have been arrested in connection to a deadly hit and run that killed a 14-year-old boy over the weekend. They say detectives arrested 32-year-old Miguel Reyes Castro and 29-year-old Olvin Antonio Ramos. Both are being charged with tampering with evidence and obstruction. They also say they recovered the vehicle that hit the teen, who was riding an electric bike when he was hit and killed in the area of Glade and Ferguson in Chatham County on 7 p.m. Sunday. WTOC will continue to follow this, of course. Stick with us for updates. In state news now, the planned execution of a convicted Cobb County murderer is now on hold until at least mid-January. Stacey Humphreys was sentenced to death for killing 2 real estate agents back in 2003. He was originally scheduled to receive lethal injection on December 17th. However, the judge is now waiting to decide if one of the parole board members will be replaced before a clemency hearing. Each side has until January 19th to file any further arguments. Well, if you own a home or if you're looking to buy a home, there are some new laws going into effect on January 1st that give Georgia homeowners more rights when it comes to property insurance and HVAC units. First, insurance companies are now required to give you a 60-day notice before terminating your policy instead of 30 days. This gives you more time to shop for new coverage if you do get dropped. And second, an HVAC unit does not need to be registered in order to qualify for a manufacturer warranty, and warranties will now automatically transfer to a new homeowner when a house is sold. We do have a full list of the new laws going into effect on our website at WTOC.com. And in just 2 days, there will be a new liquor liability law taking effect in South Carolina. Now, the goal with the law is to help your favorite restaurants and bars stay open. That's something that many local spots have struggled to do amid the rising cost of liquor liability insurance. The new law will allow businesses to lower their liability risk and potentially their insurance premiums.
Our premiums have gone up between 20 to 25% almost each year. The cap is still $1 million, but again, the issue is the liability coverage from where if you have 1 drink at one establishment and 10 at the other establishment, I'm not responsible for 1/10 of the damage. I'm responsible for 100% of the damage.
To lower premiums, officials say they've had to add new safety measures, including digital ID screening, expanded server training, and keeping their alcohol sales below 40% of their total revenue. Well, we have some big news for Georgia's rural communities. Parts of the state could see a huge boost in healthcare funding. Georgia will receive nearly $219 million from the federal government. It's part of the Trump administration's Rural Health Transformation Program, which is doling out $50 billion to states over 5 years. The investment will help expand access to health care in rural areas, increase the number of workers, and modernize rural medical centers.
It's designed to allow you to right-size the system, to push and catalyze needed change, to empower governors and other state leaders to do the things they probably wanted to do anyway, but now they have the money to do it.
Dr. Oz also anticipates states will use some of the money to update technology and information systems. Governor Kemp initially requested more than $1 billion in funding. And staying in health news, if you've noticed folks at home or at work getting more sick frequently, well, you wouldn't be wrong. Health officials say flu cases are up, and they're expected to spike even higher as we get ready to ring in 2026. That's all because of the crowded nature of many people's holiday gatherings and the realities of holiday travel. Cases went up 15% in the week before Christmas. Experts say that's due to new, highly transmissible variants of the flu, as well as lower vaccination rates. They say washing your hands is the best way to stay healthy during flu and cold season. You should also try to avoid touching your face, manage stress, get plenty of sleep, and stay hydrated. And this is happening right now. South Carolina health leaders are meeting to give an update on the measles outbreak, which continues to grow in the Palmetto State. It comes as at least 153 confirmed cases have been connected to the outbreak, with hundreds of residents still currently in quarantine. The Department of Health is holding that media briefing right now, and we will bring you the latest numbers as soon as we get them. Well, turning now to sports news, the Dogs have officially made it to the Big Easy. Georgia football touched down in New Orleans yesterday evening ahead of their Sugar Bowl matchup with Ole Miss scheduled for Thursday. The Dogs are moving in with motivation. Remember, it was Georgia who lost to Notre Dame in this very game last season, and 1 year later, redemption is on their minds.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. It kind of hurt us as a team last year to fall short right here. And then, we've just been thinking about that ever since last year. And, we get the opportunity to redeem ourselves. And I definitely think we're going to be prepared this time.
It's definitely added fuel to the fire for sure. Like, on days where it's tough to get it going, you look back, and Coach Hartley's always showing us the video from last year of us walking off the field in the Sugar Bowl last year. So it is good at times to remember those feelings you had from last year.
All right, well, this is a story we've seen has captured a bunch of attention this week. The Walk for Peace is continuing today in Georgia as Buddhist monks continue through metro Atlanta on their way to Washington, D.C. Now, the walk has been garnering national attention. The 2,300-mile trek started in Fort Worth, Texas on October 26th. Their goal is Washington, D.C. The 19 monks and their rescue dogs are going through Decatur this afternoon. There's going to be a peace gathering in just about an hour, which is their only official event in Georgia. And it's expected to be a pretty major gathering with city, state, and federal officials all gathering in the name of peace.
It's a beautiful thing when you can gather people together to put their feelings aside and emotions aside and come together as one unit. It's beautiful.
Well, if you're in the market for a new or a used car, listen up because a rising number of Americans, 28%, now have auto loans that are worth more than their vehicle itself. Those high costs mean it's more important than ever to extend the life of your car. CBS's Kelly O'Grady spoke with a mechanic to learn all the tips you need to prevent an expensive fix.
Prices on new and used cars are near record highs. The average sticker price for a new set of wheels is above $51,000, up $10,000 from 5 years ago. A 3-year-old vehicle will cost you on average $31,000, up from $24,000. Even the cost of repairs have increased by 38% since 2021.
Now, there are ways to make your car last longer and stave off some of those costly repairs. So with me is Audra Forden. She's the owner of Great Bear Auto Shop in Queens, New York. So first off, why does it cost so much more now to repair your car?
Well, cars used to be mechanical, but now they're electronic. And between service intervals, it lasts a lot longer, but it's still electronics are a lot more expensive.
That's why she says it's as important as ever to pay attention to dashboard warnings.
When you see any yellow lights on your dashboard, you need to schedule an appointment for maintenance. The red lights, your car needs help. It's like screaming at you when it's blinking to let you know that something urgent needs attention.
Forden says most vehicles should go in for preventative maintenance every 5,000 miles. Save yourself some money with a DIY oil check.
You're going to just pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean,
so that you have a clean finish, and then you're going to put it back in all the way, and then you're going to take it out. It's the second time that you're really going to pay attention and see where the oil is on the dipstick.
And even if it's full, if the oil is brown and dirty, it's time to replace it. Look for corrosion on the battery, and don't forget the air filter.
What about repairs on either electric cars or hybrids?
They're still cars. So they still need maintenance. They still need air filters. They still need coolant.
How do you know when you've got a trustworthy mechanic? Are there any red flags if you don't?
Trust your instincts. If you're bringing your vehicle in for a safety recall, that should be a free repair. If during that time they come to you with a laundry list of thousands of dollars that services that need to be repaired, I would go for a second opinion.
And ask your mechanic to show you what they say needs fixing.
Even if you don't understand exactly what's going on, you'll be able to tell if something is leaking or broken.
Some simple ways to get more money and miles out of your set of wheels.
Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, New York.
All right, well, a Savannah staple has found its footing after a bit of some turbulence. Tyler Mannion joins us now here on WTOC Plus with an update on Crazy Jack's shoe repair. This is a story we talked about, just about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's the latest on this on the Savannah business?
So for all y'all who maybe didn't catch our first story first time around, essentially, shoe repair shop in Savannah. It's been open for about 50 years in different locations. It was initially founded by a man named Jack, known as Crazy Jack Shoe Repair. He passed away a few years ago. He passed it down to his daughter. His daughter was stepping away and saying that she had to close the business, but she was hoping to give it to the longtime employee, Richard. Our big resolution for our story today is that Richard has agreed to take over the business, so Savannah won't lose this staple that's been around forever and does some really unique work that is becoming a lost art at this point.
Yeah, I've seen some footage from this story. Obviously, you can see it on your screen, but your last story. Maybe I'm just not a shoe guy, but I never knew the type of work that goes into fixing and repairing shoes. And I know the business has been around for a long time. Our digital content manager, Christopher, talks about how he would drive past it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's been around for forever. So, Tyler, you went back, you talked with Richard. Is he going by Crazy Richard?
He's not.
Oh, okay.
He's not. He's very grateful to Jack and all the mentorship that he provided. He told me a cool story. So Richard had worked here for 37 years up until becoming the new owner, as you see on that sign right there. And he actually started at the business because his brother was a master cobbler there. And Jack, who started this whole thing with his brother, said that while Richard was just hanging around basically as a little kid, he described himself as a knucklehead youngster. He said, Jack said, hey, if you're going to be here, you might as well work. So figure out what your brother's doing, learn the craft, learn the trade, and then work for me in the same capacity. He's been doing that for 37 years since. So it's been quite a journey for this guy that has led to leadership. And we got to talk to him about what that journey was like and kind of how it all comes to fruition now. He's very excited to take the business the direction that he wants it to go, trying to essentially take on more challenges than they have in the past. He's been very good at this one thing for a really long time. He's like, you know what, let's push the envelope a little bit now. He wants to bring in some new equipment. So it's going to look the same. It's going to have the same name. But he's going to try to maybe do some new things, fix more stuff for the community if you need it.
And you said you did talk to Richard this time around, which we didn't do in the original story. He was kind of, you had a line about it, kind of a quieter guy. Yeah. Tyler, why did you want to go back and do this update? Because something like this, it could always just be a quick 20-second, hey, it's staying open. But you went back and you actually sat down and spoke with Richard.
Yeah, so he and I actually were in contact after the initial story aired and after we did that first shoot. Like you mentioned, we didn't really use any sound. We didn't interview him in the first story. It was more about Crazy Jack's daughter, Terry, kind of stepping away. And then we presented you all with this question of, will the longtime employee take over? We'll let you know. But after we interviewed the daughter, Terry, who was at that point in charge, Richard and I just talked in the shop about a month ago when we did that initial story. And I was really interested in what he was telling me, but it didn't necessarily fit into the story, and he didn't really want to be interviewed. He didn't want to be the center point of the story at that point in time. But we talked, and I said, hey, if you do want to take this thing over, because he had mentioned to me he's going to need community support if he was going to do that. I said, if you do end up taking this thing over, if you decide that that's the best thing for you, this conversation that we just had about your whole history what we just talked about here with his brother and him being a knucklehead and, Jack bringing him in under his wing and allowing him to kind of, he said this business changed his life. He said, I told him that's a story worth telling as well. Not just the handing down of the business from daughter to longtime employee, but also then what you're going to do with it and your whole story to get here too. So it was something I knew when we did that initial story, maybe didn't fit into that first minute 30 that we brought to you all on WTOC, but after he took it over, I knew that, oh yeah, this is good. And we had been, like I said, in communication, texting back and forth, and he let me know, I think it was a few days before Christmas, hey man, I'm good to go. I'm doing it. Nice. And I was like, sweet, let's get out there after Christmas and tell the people what's up. So cool. Happy to bring this story now.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see your story with not crazy Richard. What time can folks watch it on WTOC?
It'll be tonight on the news at 5:30. We don't have an exact time period yet, trying to figure out what else is going to go in the show at this point in time. But at some point in the 5:30 half hour, this story will air.
Sweet. All right. Looking forward to it, Tyler. And before we sign off here on Plus, since I have you around and since you've finished your edit, we do have a bit of a kicker, Tyler. I'd like to get your thoughts on this because, we're a day out from New Year's Eve and cities around the world are going to be ringing in the new year.
Yep.
So I pulled up some of the most unique celebrations from across America. All right. You ready for this?
I'm in.
Let's start in the country music capital in Nashville, where they pay tribute to their roots by dropping a music note. It's 138 feet tall and is going to be dropped during their big New Year's event.
The note is 138 feet tall?
138 feet. I think that's a smaller version of it.
Okay.
I think this is a newer thing because they're doing like their whole Nashville New Year's bash.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty big music note. They're having that whole event, and I know CBS is carrying some of it as well. That's Nashville.
Okay.
We got 4 of these for you, Tyler.
Okay.
All right, let's move up north to Wisconsin. The village of Sister Bay drops a 300-pound cherry to ring in the new year. The area is known for its cherry tree orchards, and
of course.
they created the cherry drop to try and draw in some tourists. But it's a village; it's a smaller town. But I guess that's one way to get on the map.
So we've got a 138-foot music note and a 300-pound cherry.
Yes,
Got
so
it.
far.
All right, let's move on to number 3.
Sweet. This is pretty close to home. In North Carolina, a pickle drop is what signals the start of 2026.
Pass. Go to the next one.
No, this is the Mount Olive Pickle Drop. They do it with the fire department.
Oh, no.
It's where the pickle company's based.
No. No, I don't like pickles.
All right. Really?
Nope, hate them.
Okay.
Sorry, people, if that offends the pickle lovers out there. There's more for you all if you like them.
I love pickles. All right. Well, this is my vote for the best one.
Okay. I know what it's going to be.
We talked about this.
Is it the
earlier.
bias?
This is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Wait, it's not the bias. I thought you were going Idaho potato.
Oh, I couldn't find video from CNN of it, but I can talk about that one too. No, this is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where they drop a 400-pound yellow peep. It's almost 5 feet tall, and it's the Easter candy. Yeah, the company Peeps is based in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So that's how they ring in the new year.
I was going to ask why. Like, of all the things, it's not Easter. This is just the wrong holiday, people. But okay, sure.
Yeah,
you make the Peeps. You celebrate that way. How many pounds you say it was?
That one is 400 pounds.
So what happens if you put that one in the microwave? Because, you put the regular Peeps in the microwave. And
Who does that?
They soften up. You never done that
I've
with a Peep?
never heard of that.
Yeah,
No.
you put not for too long, people. Don't explode your microwave come Easter with a Peep. But you put a regular Peep in the microwave. It expands it a little bit, makes it soft, a little warm, significantly better experience for a very odd candy. That one, I would love to see a microwave big enough to pull that off.
All right. Well, some cooking tips from Tyler. And I did want to throw it out there. In Boise, I spent the last 3 years in Boise.
Here we go.
We drop an 1,800-pound flying potato with wings in front of the state capitol. It's crazy. It's we would always do the New Year's show, so I would be in the crowd, doing live shots leading up to midnight.
Fun.
And we had like 15,000 people last year.
Wow.
Which is like almost the whole state of Idaho, basically. But that was always cool. They would drop it horizontally, so there were wings on the side. It's 18 feet
They put wings
long.
on the potato?
Yes. Because
so when you said it was a flying potato.
with wings, yeah. Because it's been going on for about 15 years now. And when they just dropped it as a potato, it didn't look great. It kind of looked like
a
something
potato
else.
In the sky?
It looked like crap.
Oh. Well, folks.
But yeah, so they put wings on it, and now they drop it horizontally, and I think it looks a little better. It's actually a glow-tato because they have a whole light system inside of it.
You just said glow-tato with a straight face.
Glow-tato, that's what they called it, yeah. But yeah, that's how Idaho would always ring in the new year, to really pay tribute to our spectacular spuds.
A little bit of Savannah history for you. Savannah used to do, I believe, I wasn't here for this, but I was told when I got here, and if I was pranked and this is horribly wrong, send me an email. I was told they used to drop a Wet Willie's Cup at New Year's.
Wet Willie's Cup? What is that?
No, you haven't been to Wet Willie's yet, have you? Folks,
I just learned. Hold on,
we gotta get him educated in Savannian.
What was that place we were talking about earlier? That place where y'all sit down and have like lunch together.
Ms. Wilkes.
Yes, is that different?
Yes, these are very different things. Wet Willie's is frozen daiquiris with probably a questionable amount of alcohol mixed in.
Sounds like Savannah.
Definitely something that will be consumed a lot this New Year's. But yeah, used to, at least I was told, they used to drop a little Wet Willie's Cup. And on Hilton Head, they still do. There was a golf ball drop from the lighthouse on Harbortown right across from the course where the PGA tournament is played. So
that's cool.
We've got some unique traditions of our own here, too.
It sounds like the thing to do, though, really is go to the river and see some fireworks.
The fireworks. Yeah, the fireworks are great down by the river. What's that? Tomorrow night, they're always a hit. And forecast looks good. Andrew was saying this morning, so we'll cross our fingers. Just dress warm, folks, because it's going to be chilly out there.
Yeah, there's our New Year's forecast I got from when
nice.
Andrew left it up. Yeah, not too bad. That's
right.
historic. Okay, so yeah, not too bad. Bring a jacket if you do plan on heading out for New Year's. But thanks for joining us for that little roundabout on New Year's celebrations. Yeah, I'm going to miss it this year. All right. And with that, Tyler, thanks for joining us. We are going to wrap things up here for the news on WTOC Plus. We'll be back in just about 40 minutes for Welcome to Our Community with Dawn Baker. In the meantime, you can always head on over to our website to get the latest updates. But thanks for joining us this afternoon, and here's Local News Live.